What's up, y'all? It's Drake's Takes. We're feeling good. We're feeling great. We had a solid little sports weekend. It was solid as hell. UFC was popping off. They gave us MVP. Netflix gave us a great fight coming up. It's their OG. They're kind of washed, but it's going to be fun to watch. We're going to get into that as well. We're going to talk about March Madness. It's this week. It's here. We've been waiting for it so damn long. It is alive and well. Let's go. College basketball is fun again. This is the best time of the year, the best 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just game after game after game, 24 hours, 96 hours, whatever you're into. It's incredible. We're going to talk MLB preview. We're going to talk USA Venezuela. I'm excited, man. It's a great time to be a sports fan. We're feeling good today. We're going to get right into it. UFC Fight Night this weekend was kind of mid. I'm not going to lie. The last two were great. This one was hit or miss for me. I wasn't as into it as I have been. We're gonna start off. We saw this fight was great though. Victor Petrino versus Steve Asplin at heavyweight. These dudes scrapped it out. Steve Asplin from Minnesota, just a dirty, grimy, sloppy white guy who just wanted to scrap with Victor Petrino, who looked like he was carved out of stone. Just a crazy Brazilian heavyweight. It was an awesome fight. Vitor ended up getting it done, but Steve Asplin earned all the respect. Awesome fight. Charles Johnson beat Bruno Silva at by split decision. That was a fun fight at a lower weight class. I like Charles Johnson. He's rocking the skullet. He's got the skullet. That shit's insane. Um, we got uh, we got Elijah Young versus Yu. He choked him out. He's a knockout guy. He's a young up and coming bantamweight. A solid little fight. I really liked it. It was awesome. Uh, and then we had Oralby beat on Chris Curtis. That was kind of rough to watch. I'm not going to lie. Oralby really dominated him. It was 30-27. Chris Curtis's age showed. He was kind of mad after the fight, but you got beat. That's his style. Oralby can take you down and beat you down. It was pretty rough. Harry Hardwick got his jaw broke by Rahiki. What a great fight that was. That was an amazing fight. Harry Hardwick fought his ass off, but you could tell his jaw was broken from his upper body. It was tough to see. That was fight of the night, they said. We got Delgado versus Andre Fili. Andre Fili hurt him first round. I think he won the first round, but Delgado just pieced him up to end the fight. It was very rough. Fili, I love you, but you're getting up there, man. That's a tough fight for you. A couple losses in a row. We're not into that. We got Jillian Robertson, one of my favorites. She won by decision against Amanda Lemos. Not the most fun. It was a very technical, not the most interesting fight, but it was cool. Uh, we got Vallejos knocking out Josh Emmett's 41 years old. Golf clap for Josh Emmett. You're 41. It's about that time, dude. Maybe one last fight for Josh Emmett, a guy that he can take out and he can lay his gloves in the ring. I think he may have this fight, but let's just give him one more fight that's a winnable fight. Maybe he sends one more person to the gulag, and that'd be great for him. Overall, not the greatest card ever. There's a few fights. Victor Petrino was fun. The Charles Johnson fight was awesome. Vallejos knocking out Emmett was quick, so if you want to watch that, that'd be awesome as well. Uh, yeah, not the greatest UFC card. We've got a couple bangers coming up this weekend. We've got them. They're fighting in Britain. We've got Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy, my boy. That fight's going to be tough. Evloev on the ground is an interesting guy. I hopefully Murphy can get to him on the feet and maybe he can knock him out or something like that. That'd be incredible. We get MVP at middleweight facing Sam Patterson. They said MVP hasn't been able to get anybody fighting him this whole year. A lot of people have been not like he can't get anybody to fight him. And Sam Patterson steps up, so it's kind of a going down thing for MVP. He's kind of stepping down the rankings for this fight. Hopefully after this, if he wins, the UFC says, hey, some of these guys in the rankings, you have to fight MVP. I know he's weird. I know he's awkward. I know he's going to give you a tough fight, but you have to do it. He's a tough guy, and he deserves better. He deserves a ranked opponent next if he wins. And then we get Roman Dolidze versus Christian Leroy Duncan, which is a banger as well at middleweight. And just a solid card. And it's in Britain, so you know the fans are going to be insane. Any fight card in Britain is awesome. I'm excited about that. And they booked another fight on the MVP Netflix card, the first Netflix MMA card. This is the top three fights. I'm not gonna lie, I'm into it. We get Gina Carano versus Ronda Rousey. Just two old wily dog vets, girls who haven't fought in a minute. They're solid. I don't really. This fight doesn't really interest me, to be honest. I don't really care about either of them. But it's just two old women scrapping with each other. What can go wrong? Or what can go right? I mean, it's gonna be awesome to watch. It might be disgustingly bad, but fuck it. Sometimes the best MMA fights are the ones that are just nasty to watch. And then we get Francis Ngannou versus Felipe Lims, another guy who fought at light heavyweight in the UFC a couple years ago, and now he's back fighting heavyweight against Francis Ngannou, just a dog of a dude. Francis Ngannou's career is going to be talked about as a guy in terms of UFC. He was at the peak and he chose to go box, and then he went to PFL. He fought in PFL, and now he's fighting on the co-main of a Netflix card, Jake Paul's Netflix card. So he's getting it back. If that's what he wanted, if he just wanted the money, that's cool. But in terms of his career in MMA, it'll definitely go down as a little bit of a gray area on how we talk about Francis Ngannou and his career. And then this fight is my favorite one they booked so far. I'm sure they're going to book more, but they booked Nate freaking Diaz versus Mike Perry. This fight is going to bang. I'm so excited about this. I've been waiting. I love Nate Diaz. He's 40 years old. I don't care. I just want to see him fight. He's awesome. And he's fighting Mike Perry, who's a freak. These two guys are nut jobs. This fight's going to be awesome. It's pretty much a BMF title fight on a non-UFC card. It's going to be fun to watch. I'm so excited. I'm rooting for Nate, but if Mike Perry comes out and wins, I don't care. I like both these guys. I just want to see a scrap. I want to see somebody get maybe clipped. Actually, I don't. I like both these guys. But let's put on a war. These guys are awesome. I'm so excited about that. And let's get into, we're going to talk baseball now. Baseball is here. World Baseball Classic is in the finals tonight. We got USA versus Venezuela. It's going to be awesome. I'm rooting hard for the USA. Obviously, they had a crazy intense game against Dominican Republic the other day. A couple of the calls were kind of shaky, sus, or whatever, but it was awesome. Dominican Republic is just as good as the USA. It's 1A, 1B. Venezuela coming off a big, huge upset win of Japan. Ronald Acuna leading that team to the promised land. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have Nolan McLean on the mound, the New York Met for the USA. I don't remember who's on the mound for Venezuela, but it will be a great game. It's the championship, so they're going to leave it all out there. It's going to be awesome, man. I'm excited. That World Baseball Classic has single-handedly brought me back into baseball. I really loved it, but World Baseball Classic was awesome. Really into it. Aaron Judge smacking again. He's awesome. And just a great 2-1 win against Dominican Republic. And we'll be talking about the result of this on next week's Drake's Takes. But we're going to get into baseball because baseball is popping back on the 24th. So this week, I'm just going to give 3 things or people I like on each team, 3 thoughts on each team in the AL. Next week, we'll do the NL. And then next week, I'll give my predictions on who I think will make it to the playoffs and who will win the whole dang thing. Let's get into it. The Orioles, they had 75 wins last year. Really a down year for them. They had a lot of potential. They had a lot of young guys came up. Their pitching was really bad last year, and they really tried to help that this year. They got Kyle Bradish, they got Shane Baz, they got Dean Kramer, they got Zach Eflin, they got Tyler Rogers. They have a great starting. They signed a lot of great starting pitchers. They got a lot of better in the bullpen as well. Another thing I'm excited for with them is Gunnar Henderson and Jackson Holliday. Those two dudes are going to be very key to them this year. Gunnar Henderson was hurt last year. He didn't play as much, but he's back. He's playing in the World Baseball Classic. He's looking healthy. That's awesome for him. That's awesome for the Orioles. They got 75 wins last year. I think with those two guys, they can hit 90 with ease. And don't forget about the best signing they had this year, Pete freaking Alonso. The polar bear is in Baltimore. This is awesome. He's just going to smack homers. That's what he does. He plays first. He smacks dingers. It's amazing. He left the Mets. He got a bag from the Orioles. It's going to be awesome, man. I'm so excited for that game, for this team to watch. I'm going to go watch them play the White Sox a couple times this year. I'm excited to watch them play. They should mash. They have crazy bats all up and down the lineup. The pitching is better. Like I said, I predict the Orioles to get at least 90, 95 wins this year. Maybe more. You never know. We'll get into it. Red Sox, 89 wins last year. and they kind of underwhelmed me. They had a chance this free agency to really make some big moves. They did add Ranger Suarez. They added Sonny Gray. They added Wilson Contreras, the catcher slash first baseman. But other than that, they lost Rafael Devers, which was last year, and they lost Alex Bregman. So they didn't bring in a crazy amount in the hitting field. They kind of brought in Caleb Durbin from Milwaukee. He's solid. But it was very disappointing in how they added people. It wasn't enough to snuff for me. They lost Bregman. I thought he was coming back at the last second. He flipped to the Cubs. We'll talk about that next week. That was insane. But yeah, the Red Sox kind of disappointed me. But they have one of the best young hitters in the league, Roman Anthony. He's been smacking in the World Baseball Classic. He's awesome. They also have probably the three best 1, 2, 3 starting pitching rotation in the whole damn league. They've got Garrett Crochet, they've got Ranger Suarez, and they've got Sonny Gray. Those three at the top of your lineup are going to be trouble. If you're going into a 3-day series against a team and you have those three guys pitching, there's a shot you could just sweep a bunch of these games. And I think that's what they're hoping for with these guys. It's going to be awesome. Like I said, I think they'll be very good. They won 89 last year. They could very easily win 90 to 95, just like the Orioles. The AL East is very wide open. Speaking of the AL East, the guys who everybody talks about in the AL East is the New York freaking Yankees. They're back. They didn't do much in free agency. They're kind of quiet. They re-signed Bellinger. Giancarlo Stanton can't open a bag of chips. I don't know what that's about. That's fucking insane. He just looks so old and beat up. His body, he looks like he runs like a robot. I don't know. He's just so fried. His body's cooked. Giancarlo used to be one of my favorite hitters when you played for Miami, but it's about over, man. And then Garrett Cole hurt to start the year. Carlos Rodon, I think, is injured as well. So Max Fried will be the number one starting pitcher to start the year for them. And I'm excited. I love Max Fried. I loved what he did in Atlanta. And I think this is a really great time for them to see how good Max Fried really is. Is he a number one? Is he a number two? Is he a number three? We'll see. And Garrett Cole and Rodon will be coming back at some point. That's exciting. And they also, let's not forget, the greatest player to ever play, not ever, but maybe in a Yankee jersey, Aaron Judge, the captain himself, who's been in the World Baseball Classic, hanging out, whatever. He's awesome. He's still on the Yankees. And as long as he is on the Yankees, I think the Yankees will be solid. And they'll again, probably, they got 94 wins last year. They'll again reach for that 100 win mark. And I could very easily see them winning the AL East. And we'll see how that goes. The Tampa Bay Rays, they ended up with 77 wins last year. Not the greatest year for them, but the Rays are back at the Trop next year. They're back at Tropicana Field in Tampa. It's exciting. I'm excited about that because the Tropicana is it's a nice place to watch people play. It's indoors. It has a dome. They got kind of messed up with some hurricane stuff, whatever, but they'll be back. They also got 3 really tough pitchers at the starting pitcher. They have Drew Rasmussen back. They have Ryan Pepiot back, and they have Shane Matz back. Those are 3 very solid guys. I think Ryan Pepiot has a chance to be even better. He could be even the ace of these 3. I love that. And they also have Junior Caminero, one of the best third basemen in the league. He's smacking home runs. Last year he had a breakout year. This year he very much could break out even more. And I think Tampa Bay is just Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is always quietly there. They're hanging around. They have solid pitching. Their lineup's pretty solid. And I think they very well could win like 85 or even in the 90 range. Like I said, the AL East is wide the heck open. And I'm very interested to see how it goes. And we're going to end the AL East with the World Series runner-ups, the Toronto Blue Jays. They were this close. They were a couple plays away from winning the whole damn thing. It was sad to watch, but they almost figured it out. But yeah, I was excited to see them. They added some good players in free agency. They added Dylan Cease. The Dylan Cease and Kevin Gausman 1-2 pitching is dirty. I'm not going to lie. Kevin Gausman's incredible. Dylan Cease was awesome for San Diego, and he's going to be even better in Toronto, I think. It's going to be awesome. They added Okamoto, a third baseman from Japan. He's freaking awesome. And I think he'll be great. The corners are good. Vladdy is one of the best first basemen in the league, one of the best players in the league at first, and Okamoto at third. and they have a bunch of players on the infield that are really solid. Andres Jimenez is solid. Ernie Clement is really solid. They have solid guys, and they'll be solid again. I think they'll make another run in the playoffs. I just don't know where, because like I said, the AL East is a heck storm. Okay, they've got everything under the sun, and they were so close to the World Series last year. They even made it. It's so hard to repeat. It's so hard to even get back to the World Series. They got 94 wins last year. They could easily get to 100 again. They have a really solid team. I think they'll be amazing again. The AL East for me, I don't know who I'm picking. I'll think about it this week and get back to you next week. But the AL East has a bunch of dogs in it. And it's nerve wracking because they could very easily steal all the wild card spots. And my division, the AL Central, could be shit out of luck, which would be terrible. And we're going to talk about the AL Central right now. We're going to talk about the Chicago White Sox. They had 60 wins last year, but they were building. They have players there. They have Colson Montgomery. They have Kyle Teal. They have a bunch of guys. They even added more dudes. They added Seranthony Dominguez as a closing pitcher. So they added a lot of guys that are really good. I'm excited to see them play. They got my boy Munetaka Murakami. He averaged 36 home runs in 4 years in Japan. In 2022, he smacked 56. He's going to be awesome. He went to his first day interview with the White Sox, and the only word he knew in English was power. And that's incredible. That's going to be awesome to watch. And the White Sox, I think they have a bounce back year. They won 60 wins last year. I think they get close to 70, maybe in the 80 range. I'm not sure. I don't think they get worse, though. I think they added a lot of players. They will be better. Their rotation is solid. And I think the White Sox maybe have a little bit of a bounce back year. We're going to talk my Guardians real quick. They're solid. I got Jose Ramirez on my fantasy baseball team. I'm good. I'm happy. I can root all year for the Guardians and feel even better. Jose Ramirez signed a great team-friendly deal this year. He's going to get a statue in Cleveland at some point. It's just going to happen. He's going to get a statue in Cleveland at some point. He's awesome. But yeah, it's going to be a big different of a year. Class A got arrested. Freaking idiot. What a damn dumbass. Class A is such an idiot. Throwing pitches in the playoffs? We should kill him. We should kill the guy. He threw a playoff game. What are we doing? Terrible, terrible, terrible. Luckily, we still have some of the best relievers in the game. We got Cade Smith, Hunter Gaddis at the top. We just added Sean Armstrong as well. I'm excited about this team. I think the key to the Guardians this year, though, will be the young cats hitting. Can Kyle Manzardo come in and hit at the beginning? He's starting off at first. Can he come in and hit and be awesome? Can Chase DeLauder, another outfielder, come in and be awesome? Rhys Hoskins, he's an OG, but if he can give 30 hits, he's awesome. That'll be great as well. And then don't forget Travis Bazzana, who was smacking in the World Baseball Classic with Australia. He's supposed to come in and play second. I'm so excited for this team. Last year we got 88 wins. That's about the same range I see us having. Maybe 85, 95 in that range as well. This team's still solid, man. And hopefully we add somebody around the trade deadline. That would be incredible as well. Maybe another bat. So yeah, the Guardians are solid again. Tigers, 87 wins last year. They added Framber Valdez, and that was about all they added. They added a couple other solid pitching backups, but Framber Valdez, one of the best pitchers in the league. He's going to be number 2 behind Tarik Skubal. That's going to be incredible. I'm so excited to watch those two pitch day after day. Tarik Skubal and Framber Valdez, you're in trouble 2 days in a row. Big, big trouble. They got Riley Green again. Riley Green, all-star year. He was up and down a little bit, but I think this is a breakout year for him. I really love him. And then I think this is the Tigers' year. I think this is the Tigers' year, and I think it'll be interesting, super, super interesting. And I think they got 87 wins last year. I think they could very easily get close to 100. And that's all I'm going to say about them. Kansas City Royals, 82 wins last year. I don't know why. I've got a crush on the Royals team this year. I think they're very sneaky. They could be very solid. They got Bobby Witt, the best shortstop in the game. They got Vinny P. They got what is this dude's name? I can't remember already. Well, shit. That's tough. They got Vinny P. They got Carter Jensen. They got Salvador Perez at catcher. I think they're going to be really awesome. Uh, I don't know. I'm kind of in love with the Kansas City Royals this year. I think they've got a lot of solid dudes. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to say the least. They really got their bullpen better. Carlos Estevez and Lucas Urseg and Matt Strom from the Phillies. They're going to be interesting this year. They got 82 wins last year. I think they could very easily get to 90. I think it's going to be awesome to watch, and yeah, that's going to be sick. The Twins, 70 wins last year. I don't have much to say on the Twins. I don't think they got that much better. They have a couple young guys that could be interesting. Luke Keeschel, Matt Wallner, solid. They still have Brian Buxton, one of my favorite players in the whole damn league. Just a solid outfielder guy. But can he stay healthy is the biggest thing. I don't have much on the Twins. Like I said, they traded 10 players within the last year. So I think they fully accepted that we need to just reset, clean reset. Let's restart this team and we'll figure things out maybe the year after. The A's, I really like them. 76 wins. Just a bunch of young dogs on the A's. They got Nick Kurtz, Brent Rooker, Lawrence Butler, Jacob Wilson. Just four off the top, and they have more. They traded for Jeff McNeil, an OG vet at second. He's going to be great in the middle of that infield. Like I said, Nick Kurtz is bound to have a great year. He's playing in Sacramento, where home runs are aplenty. Sacramento won a minor league park. They're still playing there. I think he very easily could smack 50 to 60 home runs, and I hope he does because I got him in fantasy, so I'm rooting hard for that. But the only thing with them is their rotation is still not good. Jeffrey Springs as your ace, yuck, man, that's disgusting. I don't even want to think about it. But I love the A's. It looks like they're going to be moving to Vegas, so as a Raider fan, I somehow have to support them. But like I said, the rotation's rough. They allowed 817 runs last year. That's insane. That's terrible. But hopefully they can get the bats going. They get a couple wins on bats alone. 76 wins last year. I think they could maybe get to 80, 85, maybe 90 if they really hit their full potential. But we'll see. It's going to be exciting. They're an exciting team to watch. Astros, 87 wins last year. Can Jordan be healthy? Jordan Alvarez, one of the best players we've ever seen in this league. He's awesome, but can he be healthy, man? I mean, they got two of the best closers between Brian Abreu and Josh Hader. Their bullpen is awesome. They also have Hunter Brown as a great ace. They brought in another guy from Japan to pitch. I'm blanking on his name. Tatsuya Amaki, I think it is. He's awesome as well. And listen, the Astros are just a solid team. Like I said, 87 wins last year, and that was kind of a rough year for them. I really believe this year they can get to at least 90, 95. If Jordan's healthy, I think they win this division possibly, and I think they could very easily win this division, run away with it because it's not too good outside of the Mariners. The Angels are fine. I don't know. They got 72 wins last year. They still have Mike Trout, which is fun. I'll watch Mike Trout at bats anytime I can. They have Kikuchi, Soriano, and Grayson Rodriguez. They traded for. Those are three solid bats. Um, I don't know. I don't have much on them. I drafted Joe Adell in fantasy baseball, so I hope he's good. He had a great year last year, 37 home runs, 90 RBIs. Let's run that back, Joe. Other than that, not much on the Angels. I'm not the biggest fan of them this year. The Mariners, they got 90 wins last year. They were inches away from going to the damn World Series. Inches away. This close, man. I was watching the game with friends. It was so insane. The Mariners were this damn close. Uh, and yeah, man, hopefully this is another year. I think they have a chance to run it back. They have the best five starting pitchers in the whole league, the best rotation in my mind. They got Logan Gilbert, Brian Wood, George Kirby, Luis Castillo, and Bryce Miller. Bryce Miller had a great playoffs, had a great championship game for them, but stuff happens, man. Hopefully he can figure it out. I really like them this year. Between Julio and Randy, I think they have great outfielders. They still have Josh Naylor and they still have Cal Raleigh catching. I think they're very easily one of the best teams in the AL, and I think they're going to show it again this year. Like I said, they got 90 wins last year. I think they could even get higher, 95, 100. It's going to be between them and the Astros to win this division. I'm really not sure who's going to do it. Another team, Rangers, 81 wins last year. I think they're sneaky. I don't think they can win this division, but I think they can compete. They got Mackenzie Gore in a trade. They got Jack Leiter. They got Evaldi. They got Jacob DeGrom. They have a really solid pitching staff. And they also still have Corey Seager, who's going to be an MVP or a Hall of Famer at some point. And they have Wyatt Langford, who's an awesome outfielder. I think he's going to be a stud. I think he's going to be in all the All-Star games until the end of his career. Like I said, they got 81 last year. I think they very easily could get to 90-ish, but it just depends. Can DeGrom's age not show? Can all these pitchers look good? Can Seager still play solid? They got Brandon Nemo at right field. Hopefully he's going to be great for them. And we'll see, man. It's going to be interesting. They lost Adolis Garcia, but Brandon Nemo comes in. They lost Marcus Semien, but Josh Smith is going to take that role over at second. It's going to be interesting for the Rangers, man. I think they're solid. But like I said, I think this division is the Mariners or the Astros. And I think that's all I got for baseball. We're going to do the 5-on-5. I'm so excited. The 5-on-5 is we're just going to talk about college basketball for 4 damn minutes. And then we're going to talk about Jalen Waddle going to the Broncos for 1 damn minute. Here's the clock. I got the paper. Let's ride. 5-on-5. All right. The East Division is so hard. We got Duke as the 1 seed, but I'm just going to talk about 2 teams in the East Division that I love. I love the Michigan State Spartans. I love the Spartans. I love Tom Izzo in March. January, February, Izzo's what they say. He's incredible. I love Fears. Great guard play really shows out when it comes to the tournament, and I think Jeremy Fears has a chance to be one of the best players this year. Now, another team in there, St. John's, they've kind of caught fire the last few weeks. They won the Big East. Rick Pitino, another great coach. I think coaching is so key in the tournament. Rick Pitino in this tournament, I think he has a chance to make a long run. He'll have to face Duke at some point, but I think they have the team to beat him. I think Duke is good, but I think they are very beatable. We're going to go to the West now. A team that got hot in the SEC, they just won the SEC, Arkansas. Darius Acuff is incredible, damn near the best guard in the whole nation. The only thing with Arkansas is their bigs are kind of mid, not kind of mid. They are mediocre as heck. Okay, I like Arkansas. Can they make a true run? I hope so. I'm going to be rooting for them, but I'm not sure if they have it in them to go to the Final Four or anything like that, but I can definitely picture it. Gonzaga, they ended the year 30-3. They're very solid, but one of their best players, Braden Huff, has been hurt to end the year. He could come back, but it could be a couple games. So they need to keep winning to figure stuff out, and I think they can really do it. But it's going to be very hard. They have a hard division over there a hard bracket over there that they're going to be going across, and I'm not really sure if they make it. The Midwest. Alabama, I was messing with them, and then I got the news this morning that Aiden Holloway, one of their best players, got caught with some weed. He's in jail right now, waiting for the charges to drop. That's insane. I don't know. I don't know if he plays. I don't know if he joins the team. That's terrible, man. He's one of the most interesting players to me. They have LeBron Filna, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's a great guard as well. Alabama's a tough squad. They're the highest pace scoring team in the whole nation. They're insane. They lead pace, but that's the thing. Defense comes into it. If they get caught up against an Iowa State in this thing, it could be tough for them. Iowa State, another team I like here. They've been really awesome this year. They've been really solid, and they're a 2 seed, man. They have a nice path to the championship. And I think they could make a run very, very easily. We'll have to see though. In the South, we got the Illinois Fighting Illini. They're very solid. They've been solid all damn year. I'm excited to see what they do. But listen, everybody says that the 1 seeds are the ones to watch in this year's tournament, and they're not wrong, man. Duke is the 1 seed. Arizona's a 1 seed. Michigan's a 1 seed. Florida's a 1 seed. UConn's a 2 seed. But they could very easily be a 1 seed. Those 1 seeds, again, this could be a very chalky tournament. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping Arkansas pulls through. Nebraska's there. Nebraska hasn't won I don't know if they've ever won a tournament game, but they've definitely never won one in years. And it's going to be awesome. I'm excited about that. Uh, my true picks, really, I would love Michigan State to be in there. I would love St. John's to be in there. I love Arkansas. But I think I want to ride with Michigan State or Michigan. This Michigan's got some great teams this year. Dusty May's a great coach. Izzo's a great coach. I think one of the Michigan teams gets it done. I'm excited about that. I hope you are too. Like I said, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the best 4 days of sports maybe ever of the calendar. We just get basketball for every hour on the hour for a whole 4 days. It's incredible. Saturday, I'm just going to be watching games all day. Sunday, I don't have a life. I'm not doing anything. Don't call me. Don't text me. Phone's on D&D. The games are going to be awesome. I'm so excited about it. Uh, and then we got Jalen Waddle traded to the Broncos. This is a very solid trade. It just came through this morning. I didn't see the deals of the trade, but Jalen Waddle is a very solid wideout. He gives Bo Nix another great weapon with Cortland Sutton. And I'm excited about Denver. I hate Denver because I'm a Raiders fan, but the potential is there with Bo Nix to have a couple guys to catch passes, J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey in the backfield. It's going to be exciting for them. So good for them. I hope we bash their head in when we play them. Hopefully the Raiders beat the piss out of them. But, I mean, congrats, man. And there's the 5 on the dot. We did it. Another Drake's Takes is gone. 30 minutes. Very quick, very short, very fun, very nice. I appreciate everybody who watches. Like I said, March Madness this week, tonight, USA Venezuela. If you're watching this before, watch that. Notre Dame's not in the tournament, so I don't have a really dog in the fight. I guess I want the Buckeyes to do good, but they have to play Duke in the second round if they beat TCU. So, yeah, we'll see. There's some Akron and Miami of Ohio too. Are in the tournament. It's going to be awesome. The tournament's the best. Like I said, the best 96 hours of the year. It's going to be awesome. So many good games. I appreciate everybody who watches. Life is good. Life is great. Drake's Takes out. Peace.